Good morning, students. In my last video, I taught you about Coulomb's law, properties of charges, etc. Today, we are going to learn about force between multiple charges or principle or of superposition. Let us learn about this one. Consider a charge Q1 and Q2 and Q3, they are nearby. Then what happens? There will be a force between these two, Q2 and Q1. The force exerted by Q2 towards Q1, this is, we can call it as F12, and the force on Q1 due to Q3, this is the direction, and we can call it as F13. Okay, so the resultant force due to these two on Q1, that is, we can say as F1, that is force on Q1 due to Q2 and Q3, that is F1. That we can write it as F1 is equal to F12 plus F13, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R12 square, and this is the unit vector R12, this is the direction. So if we consider direction also, we can include unit vector R12 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q3, that is force on Q1 due to Q3, divided by R13 square and unit vector R13. Or see, this is the summation. If there are n forces, we can write F1 due to n charges. Okay, we can write as F12 plus F13 plus etc. plus F1n if there are n charges. Then force exerted on first charge due to the others is equal to F12 plus F13 plus etc. F1n, that is equal to, this we can write as summation, correct? Then sigma I is equal to 1 to n, this 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is common here, so we can write it as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. Again Q1 is common here, Q1 Q, so we can write Q1 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 sigma I is equal to 1 to n. Then this charges varies, that is Q I divided by R1 I the square R1 I, unit vector R1 I. Like this we can write, and we can say that force on any charge due to number of other charges is the vector sum of all the forces on that charge, and this is called principle of superposition, that is force on any charge due to number of other charges is the vector sum of all the forces, that is F1, F12, F13 plus etc. This vector sum of all the forces on that charge due to the other charges. Next we will learn about electric field. Electric field notation is E. So electric field, what is electric field? So for an electric field there should be a charge Q. So electric field means the field around this charge. Correct. So the electric field, we can write it as E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q, due to this charge Q is Q divided by R square. And if we write in terms of direction, unit vector R. Consider this charge Q. So around this electric field will be there. So in order to define this electric field, see, electric field will vary according to R. So at different distances electric field will be different. So let us put a positive test charge here in this electric field, plus Q. Okay, positive charge. This is the test charge here. Then this test charge that will experience a force due to this electric field. So how we can define electric field at this point P? So electric field at this point P. Okay, electric field due to a charge Q at a point in space may be defined as the force. Here it will experience a force. The force that a positive test charge that would experience if it is placed in this point. Once again I will tell, electric field due to a charge Q at a point, P is the point, at a point in space can be defined as the force that a positive test charge, that would experience if it placed at that point. This is the definition of electric field. Then what are the points associated with electric field? First point is that electric field, we know the equation is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R square. This is the equation for electric field. From this equation we can understand that electric field that depends on Q and it is independent of the test charge, isn't it? It is independent of the test charge. See, in this equation it depends only on the charge Q, but it is independent on the test charge, this small letter plus Q. In this equation small q is not there. See, so the first point is it is independent of test charge. Electric field is independent of test charge. Another point is that electric field depends on what? This one, R, space coordinator R. Okay, that means at different points electric field will be different. And another point is that for a positive charge electric field is directed radially outwards, and for a negative charge electric field is directed inwards. And another point, see, electric field, it has a spherical symmetry. It shows spherical symmetry. So that means spherical symmetry, that means at equal distances. See, consider this point, around this we can put equal distances. See here, equal distances. At equal distances from Q, from this charge, magnitude of electric field here and all the same. So it will show a spherical symmetry. These are the points associated with electric field. And we can write like force between multiple charges we have seen before. Likewise, electric field, okay, electric field due to multiple charges, we can write like that, due to multiple charges. Okay, that we can write as electric field due to multiple charge is equal to, like this. Before we have written, see, for in the case of n number of charge, similarly we can write, but here in the case of electric field there will not be a test charge. So in this case we can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 sigma I is equal to 1 to n. Only one charge will be there. Okay, qi divided by r p the square and unit vector rip, where what is p? P is the point, and here in this case only one charge we have considered. If there are q1, q2, q3, etc., so many charges, then total electric field at this point we can write as the sum of q1 E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus etc. That is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 sigma I is equal to 1 to n qi, that is q1 plus q1 divided by r1p, that is electric field at this point p due to q1, r1p the square into unit vector r1p plus second term, like that. That's why we have given the summation. Next, what is the physical significance of electric field? Okay, let us see what is the physical significance of electric field. So physical significance, when we consider an electric field, always electric field is associated with magnetic field. For example, we can say that the electromagnetic waves. So in the case of electromagnetic waves, what happens? EM waves, electromagnetic waves. So in this case, electromagnetic waves means it has both electric field and magnetic field. And in the case of television broadcasting, we see that the signal or energy is transported using charge. So consider a charge in motion. Consider a charge q1 in motion. So this charge in motion can produce electromagnetic wave around. So when this electromagnetic wave, when it reaches another charge q2, so this can cause a force on q2. Again this moving charge, it will produce electromagnetic wave. So this from here to here, transportation of energy or signal took place. So that is the physical significance of electric field. That is, in the case of electromagnetic waves, we can transport energy, transportation of energy, using electromagnetic wave is the physical significance of electric field. That is, once again I will explain. In the case of a moving charge, it can produce an electromagnetic wave, and when it reaches another charge, another moving charge, this will cause a force on this, and again electromagnetic wave it can produce, and the energy get transferred. That is, the signal or energy can be transferred from one position to another using electromagnetic wave. That is the transportation of energy or signal using electromagnetic waves. This is the physical significance of electric field. Then next, let us learn about electric field lines. What are electric field lines? Field lines, from this itself we can understand from the heading. Electric field lines means it starts from positive charge, the line starting from positive charge, and it ends at negative charge. So field lines are lines, electric field lines are lines that starts from positive charge and ends at negative charge. So what are the properties of these field lines? First one I have told you, that is it starts from, electric field line starts from positive charge and ends at negative charge. And the second point is that if there are only single charges, consider this is not there, only positive charge, then it starts from here, correct, and ends at infinity. So for a single charge, it starts from one charge, one point, and ends at infinity. So if single charge is there, what happens? It starts at one point, and ends at infinity. Okay. And third point, see, electric field lines, it starts from positive charge and ends at negative, correct. So in this case we can understand that these field lines, they never cross each other. So that is another point, they never cross each other. Okay. And see this case, consider a point here. This is the charge free region. Here charge is there, but here see, this is the charge free region, but here the lines are continuous. If you draw electric field lines, you can see that in a charge free region they are continuous. So in charge free region, electric field lines are continuous. Okay. And another point is that they do not form closed loop. See here, it starts from here, ends here, and again it's not coming back. So they do not form closed loop. That is the another point concerned with the electric field. They never form, electric field lines never form closed loops. So these are the points associated with electric field lines. So next let us consider electric flux. What is electric flux? So electric flux means number of lines crossing an area. Consider an area, see, any area, okay, consider any area. So many lines are crossing through this one, electric lines. So electric flux, this is called electric flux, that is number of field lines, electric field lines crossing an area. Here let us say this is delta S is the area. Okay. So electric flux means number of field lines crossing an area, that is electric flux. So usually electric flux we can notate using this letter phi. So phi is equal to, equation is E dot ds or delta s. E dot delta s, here we have taken area as delta s. So electric flux we can write phi is equal to, or in your book it has written delta phi. Delta phi is equal to E dot delta s, that is number of field lines crossing an area delta s. Then this is dot product, dot product, that means E delta s cos theta, where what is theta? Theta is the angle between this field line and this area. So if line is like this and some area is like this, so of course there will be an angle between them. So this is the angle, theta is the angle between field line and the concerned area. So electric flux we can write it as E delta s cos theta. And next is electric dipole. Electric dipole means, what is an electric dipole? Electric dipole means a pair of equal and opposite charges separated by a distance, that is consider an equal plus q and minus q. A pair of equal and opposite charges, let us consider they are separated by a distance 2a. So this represent a dipole, a pair of equal and opposite charges separated by a distance. So what is an electric dipole? Electric dipole means pair of equal and opposite charges separated by a distance, that is called electric dipole. So we will continue in another session.